Hey guys! So today I'm going to be taking you through this kind of everyday curly hair that I wear a lot of the time if I want it to just be a little bit extra nice looking. I'll take you through all of it, and while I do that I will give you some tips on how to curl your hair if curling your hair is a problem area that you might have. So if you would like to see how I got this and get some tips, then just keep watching. So to start this off, I did actually go in and put in some heat tamer spray. I'm using the Aussie Hair Insurance Heat Protecting Shine Spray. It's very important to have your hair protected before you go in with any styling or blow drying because a lot of heat can do a lot of damage. It's also very important to make sure your hair is completely dry before you go in and curl or straighten or do any sort of heating thing besides blow drying your hair, because that'll just make it more damaged if it's wet, and your curls will probably fall out if your hair is still kind of wet. So I'm just using my Conair, I think it's a 1-inch curling iron, just to curl my hair today. So let's just get into it. Now when I curl my hair like this, I only keep my hair just how it is. I do not separate it into 2 sections or 3 sections or anything. That's just the way I prefer to do it when I do it like this. As a general rule, I've always thought that if you wanted curlier hair or more voluminous hair, then you would separate into more sections, but since I just want to keep it really natural and just everyday kind of curls, I'm just leaving it like this, and I'm going to start curling. So how I do this, I just clamp it on into the middle of the strand, and then I start pulling it around and just kind of leaving it curling more towards the middle of the hair than at the end of the hair. And then I just hold it for a few seconds, maybe just like 5 or 8 seconds. And then I just pull it out like this. And then you got a nice little curl. Now if you have troublesome hair that doesn't stay curled very well, you can actually, when you pull out the hair, grab it and hold it with your hand and let it cool or cool down almost all the way. And then it'll hold the curl better. Or you could even take a bobby pin or a clip and kind of curl it up back to how it was and pin it to your head while you curl the rest of your hair, and then it'll hold the curl better that way. Then you don't have to sit here with your hand just kind of holding it in place while you wait. I also think that a good general rule of thumb is to curl away from your face always in the first few strands, like closest to your face, because if you curl in, it kind of sits weird and makes your face shape look a little odd, and if you flip it out, it kind of frames your face nicely and your chin nicely. And then if you want to switch off, you could start after that, but I just always think that curling away from your face first always looks better. And now I'm just going to do the same thing with the next strand. Start at the middle and then twist it around. I'm just opening the clamp a little bit when I twist it, just so it's not pulling on my hair so much. It's just guiding it into the barrel. And hold it there for a few seconds. And then just take it out. Now if you have really short hair, I would suggest getting a smaller barrel or even a barrel-less one. I have a barrel-less one I use for different curls, and also my straightener I use for different curls, but unless you want something super loose, having a 1-inch curling iron or 1.5 might be too big if your hair is above like shoulder length. So if you get a smaller curling iron or use your straightener, then as long as you have a skinnier straightener, then your curls will look more defined and less just kind of like a wavy flip, which could happen if you use a bigger barrel. Now if you want curlier hair and more voluminous, you can always just work your way up your hair. I'm just curling below my chin for all of these because I like it to be a little bit looser for this style. But if you want like extra voluminous curly hair, then you can start higher up, not at the root because that'll probably damage your hair a lot, but a little bit further up to get more curly volume out of it. Another thing you can do to get your hair curlier if you're having problems with it looking curly enough is use smaller sections. I'm grabbing like 2-inch strands, maybe 1 to 2-inch strands for this, but if you want it to be extra curly, if you're using a smaller curling iron, then grab maybe like 1 inch to 1/2 inch sections, and then you'll get more like bouncier, like Shirley Temple-ish curls, if that's the look you want to go for. If you want your hair to look more naturally curly instead of curled with a curling iron, then you can alternate directions when you're curling your hair. That makes it look more like you have naturally curly hair instead of you making it yourself curly. Just because it's not so one directional, it's kind of a little bit messier that way and looks a little bit more natural. Coco! Coco! Pony! Okay, now that I've finished that side, I'm just going to clip it a little bit forward so it's out of the way of the other side. There you go. And I haven't done anything or touched the side yet, I'm just going to let it cool. Then when I curl the side that my bangs are on, I'd like to just take my bangs and put them back and away while I do that, because I'm going to do those last. Okay, and I'm just going to be doing the same thing on this side, except going this way, away from my face, but doing the same exact thing. And I found the best way, I'm just gonna hold those awkwardly, I found the best way to curl your bangs is to actually curl them away from your face, and because I know I've had a lot of different issues trying to curl my bangs, and I'm sure a lot of people do, just curling them the normal way, but this way always works. It's like a foolproof method for me, I feel like. So I just like to pull the bangs back, and then doing the same sort of method but holding it horizontal. I like to spin the ends in and then pull it down a little bit and then take it out. And this looks absolutely crazy right now, but trust me, it will not look crazy when we brush it out. So since this side is cooled, I'm just going to finger comb this out. Now if you're worried about your hair, turned out really nice today. If you're worried about your hair not staying, if you're one of those people, you can always hairspray it before you finger comb it out, but I don't really have an issue with my hair staying in place most of the time, so I just finger comb through it first and get it all placed right. I like to play around with the bangs more a little bit, so I don't usually let those cool down all the way, just so I can get them placed correctly and not stuck in a weird curl if that happens. Okay, and then if you need a stronger hairspray, go ahead and use it. Everyone has their own favorite hairspray. I use the Aussie Mega Hairspray in Flexible Hold. I love this hairspray. It's my favorite hairspray on the planet because it's not like sticky or stiff, which I hate. I just want it to look like it looked like this. Like I woke up like this, like Beyonce style. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit of this in. Okay, and then that is it for this hair tutorial. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and my tips were helpful. I know some people have the hardest time curling their hair, and so I figured I would just extend some of the information I've learned. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do that, and I will see you guys next week. Alright, bye!